In life, everyone wants to find happiness. What is happiness? Some people think happiness is having a lot of money and status, while others believe happiness is living with family and friends and having abundant health. Each person has a different way of defining happiness, but ultimately, happiness is when we feel satisfied and content with what we have. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey we take. On that journey, small joys and simple moments are enough to make us feel happy. It could be a mother's smile after a hard day's work, a hug from a close friend after a long time apart, or simply a peaceful moment with a cup of hot tea in the early morning. Sometimes, happiness is not something far away, but lies right in the ordinary things around us. To achieve happiness, we first need to learn to appreciate what we have. Many people chase after distant things and forget that happiness is actually very simple. We should learn to be content with small things and find joy in every moment. At the same time, living with goals, ideals, and giving our best for good things is also a way to create happiness. Moreover, happiness also comes from giving. When we help others and share love, we will feel joy and warmth in our hearts. A timely encouragement or a small act of kindness can bring happiness to others and to ourselves. The more we give, the more we receive, not in material wealth, but in emotional fulfillment. Acts of compassion create ripples, spreading happiness beyond what we can see. Happiness is also deeply connected to our mindset. A positive attitude helps us find light even in difficult times. Life is full of challenges, but those who face hardships with optimism tend to find happiness more easily. They see setbacks as lessons and value the strength they gain from adversity. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of unnecessary worries, we cultivate an inner peace that nurtures lasting happiness. In addition, nurturing relationships plays an essential role in happiness. Human beings are social creatures, and meaningful connections are vital for emotional well-being. Spending quality time with loved ones, supporting each other, and creating lasting memories contribute immensely to our sense of fulfillment. A life rich with love and companionship is a life filled with happiness. Personal growth is another important factor. Continuously improving ourselves, learning new things, pursuing passions, and achieving goals, gives us a sense of purpose and pride. The journey of self-development fuels motivation, keeps us engaged with life, and provides a rewarding sense of accomplishment. In short, happiness is something everyone strives for. Each person has a different way of feeling happiness, but remember that happiness does not lie in big, distant things. It originates from the simple things in life. Appreciate what you have, live fully, and spread love. You will find true happiness. It is a combination of gratitude, giving, positivity, strong relationships, and personal growth that creates a fulfilling and joyful life. Happiness isn't found by seeking it directly, but by embracing life with an open heart and a generous spirit. Denai and the journey to true happiness. Denai was a young man living in a bustling, modern city filled with endless opportunities. From a young age, he believed that happiness was built on success, the kind measured by wealth, power, and admiration. He often told himself, "Once I have a high-paying job, a luxurious house, and a respected reputation, I'll finally be happy." With that mindset, Denai worked tirelessly. He graduated with top honors, secured a well-paying corporate job, and began climbing the career ladder faster than most of his peers. His days were packed with meetings, deadlines, and late nights at the office. His weekends, instead of rest, were filled with networking events and social gatherings aimed at furthering his career. The money came. The promotions came. He bought an elegant apartment in the city center, a sleek sports car, and filled his wardrobe with designer clothes. He looked successful. People admired him. But when Denai sat alone in his beautiful apartment, surrounded by things he once dreamed of, he felt empty. He couldn't understand why. He had achieved everything he thought would bring him happiness, yet it felt like something was missing. The laughter he once had with friends, the warmth of family dinners, and the carefree joy of his childhood felt like distant memories, swallowed by his endless pursuit of more. One day, after another exhausting week at work, Denai received a call from his mother. Her voice was gentle yet full of longing. It's been so long since you visited home, Denai. Your dad and I miss you. Come back for a few days, will you? Something in his mother's voice struck a chord. He looked around his cold, silent apartment and realized he hadn't been home in years, too busy chasing success. On an impulse, he packed a bag and drove back to his small hometown. As he walked through the familiar streets, nostalgia washed over him. The market smelled of fresh bread and ripe fruit, just like it used to. He passed by the old playground where he once spent entire summers with friends. He heard children laughing, their joy untouched by worries. He stopped by his childhood neighbor's house. Mrs. Linda, an elderly woman who used to babysit him, was still there. She welcomed him with a warm, motherly smile and a cup of tea. They talked for hours, about life, about how he felt lost despite his success, and about the emptiness that followed him. Mrs. Linda listened patiently, then said, Denai, happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you create, in the small, simple moments. It's in the laughter with loved ones, the kindness you share, and the peace in your heart. The more you run after happiness, the further it feels. But when you slow down and appreciate what's around you, happiness finds you. Her words lingered in his mind. That evening, Denai walked along the village's quiet paths. He watched children running barefoot, laughing without a care. He saw old friends chatting at a cafe, their faces glowing with genuine joy. He listened to the wind rustle through the trees, carrying the scent of blooming flowers and the sounds of life. For the first time in a long while, he didn't think about work, money, or success. He just felt. He felt the peace in the air, the warmth of the sunset, and the quiet joy of simply being present. He realized happiness wasn't some distant reward waiting for him at the end of his career. It was right here, in the ordinary moments he had ignored. Denai stayed in the village longer than planned. He visited his parents every day, helping his dad fix old furniture in the garage and cooking meals with his mom. He reconnected with childhood friends, laughing until their stomachs hurt. He even joined Mrs. Linda in volunteering at a local shelter, where he discovered the quiet, fulfilling joy of helping others. One day, while painting the walls of the shelter with the children, a young boy named Tim tugged on Denai's shirt. Mr. Denai, why are you helping us? Don't you have a big job in the city? The boy asked curiously. Denai smiled softly. I do. But I realized something important. Work and money are necessary, but they're not everything. Real happiness comes from moments like this, when I can share joy and kindness with others. Tim thought for a moment before grinning. Then you must be really happy now. Denai chuckled. Yes, Tim. I think I am. When he finally returned to the city, Denai was a changed man. He still worked hard, but he no longer let work consume him. He made time for family dinners, weekend meetups with friends, and morning walks in the park. He found joy in the little things, a friendly conversation with a stranger, a quiet cup of coffee, a heartfelt thank you from someone he helped. His colleagues noticed the change. His once tense, stressed demeanor was replaced with calm confidence and an easy smile. He still succeeded at work, but this time, it wasn't out of fear of failure or the desire for recognition. He worked because he enjoyed contributing, creating, and improving. Years later, Denai was invited to speak at a university, where students eagerly listened to the story of his rise to success. But instead of talking about wealth or promotions, Denai shared a different lesson. Success without happiness is an empty victory. Don't wait until you've achieved everything to start living. Happiness isn't at the end of the road, it's in every step you take, in every smile you share, and in every moment you appreciate. As the students applauded, Denai felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Not from the praise, but from knowing his journey could help others find their own happiness, not by chasing it, but by creating it every day. And for the first time in his life, Denai wasn't just successful. He was truly, deeply happy. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with the latest videos. See you in the next one.